Actually been 1 month, since I've ever last uploaded my YouTube video, and I, it's things were just difficult. Like I always said in my previous videos, things at my environment, my home, they are different, and you see, everybody faces hard things. I know that for sure, and I don't want to brag about it. Everybody goes through shit. Shit happens to everyone. But you see, with me, I was just not able to shoot a video quite because, you know, with parents being around and, the noisy atmosphere, and also not getting time to really shoot myself, things were literally getting difficult. And in order to, I was just waiting for the perfect things, to have a quiet place to shoot, and that never came. I was not motivated, and I just couldn't. It happened a lot, but somehow I just, said myself, bro, this isn't what you are, this is not what you should be doing. And after some time, I started to focus on the solutions rather focusing or talking about the problems. And thinking that way, it gave me much more clarity, not just on YouTube or creating that content, but also with rest of the other things in my life. And that's been one thing that I've quite, I wouldn't say accomplished, but that's quite wonderful to happen. You see, when I talk about my environment, I don't particularly mean that my parents or having that disturbances. That's a key factor. But the thing is that, you see, I just get 3 hours for doing the work, or you can say that screen time. And in those 3 hours, what do you expect me to do? Like, I even have to figure out my things. I have to work, and you know especially in the starting stage, when you're trying to figure out things, when you're trying to work out with, you know learning about stuff and seeing what really you can do, you know it was just difficult. I needed more time to be focusing on this, and in order for doing that, I really couldn't spend time on recording myself, or even editing, because editing takes a lot of time, especially I'm on my phone, and I can't download any software on my mom's MacBook. So it was really hard for me. I don't know how to explain, but it's really hard for me to render the video and to upload it. Everything was taking a lot of time, and I really couldn't afford to have my time, I wouldn't say wasted, but my time being spent elsewhere, instead of just focusing on the thing that I really wanted, that will really affect me in a lot positive way, because I knew that I needed this, to figure out things, because that was killing me from inside. And that was another reason for why I just kept pushing the content, the YouTube aside. But now finally, like I said, I started to find the opportunities, the solutions, and to focus much more on that rather than the problems. I know it's been long, there's a lot of things that have been transition. So there's a good news, guys. I just got my first table, my desk. Damn, I got it from IKEA. It just came today, as you can see. I'm gonna assemble it. Let's see how it really fits in my room. So yeah, let's go. I'm really excited, guys. Really excited. Finally, I have a place where I can work, sit properly and work. Before, I used to I used to sit on this table, because I don't have a table and all. So I'll just show you. Without a table, guys, without a table. Now finally I have a table. So Let's go, let's assemble it, and let's see how it turns out. True, and it is particularly that, you see, in this 1 month, I have really figured out what my offer is gonna be, what am I really gonna work on. So the thing that I'm doing right now is completely related to AI. So it's, you can say, I'm kind of like providing AI solutions, AI automation services to businesses, and that's my offer. So it's kind of an AI, automation workflow systems and all, and that's the thing here. So I guess like 2 to 3 weeks ago, I just recorded my Loom video actually, and I used it for an outreach. I sent around like 50 emails and DMs. So I used that Loom video explaining about my service, shooting that Loom video, and it was really, funny in a sense, but I was learning. I'm still learning. I'm always learning, and it's just that way. Then after the Loom video, I shooted it. I sent a lot of outreaches, and I waited for weeks. I did the follow-ups as well, because in order to get the first client without any money, outreaches is the only way. I used to think, but yeah, without zero investments, the only thing that you can do to even at least get your first client is by doing outreach. And that was seriously a numbers game. Like, I've heard people say outreach is the best thing, outreach is the easiest way to get your first ever client, but it's just a numbers game. And I couldn't afford to spend my time on scraping leads, on getting emails, on just sending DMs. Although we have AI, but scraping leads, using email lists, even that takes money. Saw how to, you know, get get work on Fiverr and Upwork. I actually had a Fiverr account, but then I thought to do it on Upwork. I set it up my Upwork profile, but even that asks me for $15 to get like 100. What do you say? 100 tokens, kind of a thing, where I can send for job proposals, and that's how it was. Like, I can see what I need to do. Opportunities just come, but the lack of money, the lack of capital that I'm having, that I literally have, that's the major issue. Lack of capital, trying everything from scratch with $0. That's being hard for me. That's definitely being a lot hard, and trying to figure it out, doing things, even having this sort of pressure from parents, just to study, focus on my studies. It's being difficult, but that's the thing. That's where you should stick around. You should not give up. And I keep telling myself, this is what you do. You should never give up. Just believe, and I just keep doing it. I push through myself, you know. I just push. I keep pushing, you know, no matter how tough the times are. I just keep pushing, keep pushing. That's one thing where you fight with yourself mentally, okay? And it's hard. You can do it, but I wouldn't say it's easy. So here's what I would suggest or would advise someone going through the same kind of thing. So it's that you fight demons, kind of things in your brain. Let's say you want to wake up early, or you just want to do some work and you know you should be doing it, but somehow you get lazy or you just don't feel like doing it. That's where you fight with yourself. You know what you really want to do. You know what you should be doing in order to get to somewhere where you want to, but you still avoid it. That's where you fight it. It's about how bad you need it. It really comes down to that. How bad you really need it. And that thing changes everything. You know, there's a really strong quote or saying that goes, and it just stuck in my brain. You know, it's this, that a man who has a strong why can surpass almost any how. That's just so fucking true. Because if your why is strong, no matter how many challenges you face in your life, no matter whatever obstacles that come your way, you're gonna just get through them. And coming down to your strong why, that's important. Build your why you're doing it. What's your main goal in life? What's your purpose? That's important. You know, that's why I have this quote called "Move with Purpose," because purpose in life is important, especially as a man. Purpose in your life, it defines everything. 3 months or 2 months ago, I wasn't this guy, and to be really honest, you won't feel yourself changing to someone, but that transition that has to happen is by you just doing the work, you know, being focused. That's where that habit compounds and you really start to see yourself differently. That's where, you know, I started the habit of journaling, and I'm being disciplined. Habit of meditation, I meditate every single fucking day. You know, first I used to struggle, of course, everybody does, but that's not the issue. You just gotta stick to it. Just because you didn't do it for, let's say, 2 days or 1 week, that doesn't mean you don't have to get up and do it the next day. Let it be anything. You're just going to do it. That's really important. So I'm taking things to the next level, and I know that for sure. It's not easy, dude, and I wouldn't say that I've built a mentality. I wouldn't say that I've reached there. You see, I'm still figuring out, and nothing is clear to me, but focusing on the positive things, really being positive, that's important. Being consistent with what you're doing, being obsessed with that, doing it every day, that's important. You just gotta do it over and over and again. You won't even know when you become that guy. You won't even see yourself changing. Keep yourself accountable. Just do the things. That's it. So I know I'm getting focused. I'm gonna learn more. I'm gonna do more things. Just double it down. You see, I'll do my 100% best, even getting the more content. I'm gonna put my efforts. I'll do my level best, guys. Being honest, there's a lot of lessons I want to share, a lot of things I want to tell. So I'll just do what I'm doing, be more consistent, and I want all of you to do that as well. So with that being said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.